Hello, I'm Dynast here.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope your Friday is going well. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button again. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe, okay? Have a couple of announcements. After the announcements, I'm going to bring on Uloggers TV, our brother Terry, and we're going to get into the topic, how to create a truly African crypto or NFT project. We're going to jump into that here shortly. But a couple of announcements. Announcement number one, if you have not bought the documentary, again, if you have not bought the documentary In Search of Uhuru, please go to searchforuhuru.com. Again, please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all know I love you, and I'm hitting up everyone. I'm sliding in DMs, hitting you guys up, making phone calls. I need everybody to buy this documentary. Again, I need everybody to buy this documentary. This documentary is going to inspire you and motivate you to go to the continent. Again, this documentary is going to motivate and inspire you to go to the continent. I know Black Panther is coming out. In fact, it's already out. I know a lot of people are going to go see Black Panther 2 this weekend. This right here complements Black Panther 2. You know, T'Challa allegedly died, but I'm T'Challa. Okay, I am T'Challa. All right. So I need you to go and buy the best documentary to ever come out on Africa. Tell me another documentary that's better than this one that has ever came out on the subject of Africa and returning to Africa. There isn't one. So again, if you are watching this, all right, this is going to motivate you to go and travel to Africa. So go to searchforuhuru.com, go to searchforuhuru.com, and please buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. You know I love y'all. All right, tours. We are rolling to Sierra Leone in 9 days. Man, we're leaving in 9 days. We are rolling to Sierra Leone in 9 days. Listen, if you are last minute, if you want to roll, go to Danfo, DANFO.Africa. Again, go to Danfo.Africa and you can roll Danfo.Africa. You can roll with us to Sierra Leone. Also, we're rolling to Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. So you want to join us there, you're more than welcome to join us in Senegal. And we are also rolling back to Sierra Leone in April. Then we're going to Nigeria in August. And then we are rolling to Zanzibar in November. So go to danfo.africa, links on the screen and links in the chat room to learn more. Without further ado, we're going to bring on Brother Terry with Uloggers TV, and we're going to jump into today's topic. Terry, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dynast, for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. Yes, even though I'm a bit nervous today, because it's a
Why
big
you
topic.
nervous, man? Why you nervous? Why you nervous? Why you nervous?
I'm not. It's a big topic, and I'm not well rested and stuff like that. But I'll let the spirit lead me, and I believe it will end up working.
Okay.
So, yes. So, I'd like to introduce myself because I think it's important.
Guys, listen. Terry is our CCO, Chief Crypto Officer. Okay, you got a CEO, CFO. We got Terry, who's our CCO, Chief Crypto Officer, right here. All right, go ahead, Terry. Take us away.
Okay, thank you. So I'll introduce myself because it's relevant to the topic at hand. And I'm not tired of saying it because I draw inspiration from the introduction. So I'm surpassing Google, and that's my mission, to surpass Google. And why I say that it's relevant is because uh, there's no way for me to accomplish surpassing Google using conventional internet. You need decentralized avenues to accomplish that. You cannot surpass Google efficiently if you are going to build on the infrastructure provided by Google, Facebook, and stuff like that. So that's one reason why I ventured into crypto, because I'm looking for, I want to be empowered when it comes to my researches and my mission of surpassing Google. So I'll show you what surpassing Google means using my notebook. So uh, this is the first notebook in existence, and it covers the subject of crypto. Not coincidentally, there will be many other notebooks. This will make up a library for a school of study called legitimate literacy. So it aims to document the untolds emanating from the down to earth spaces of Africa. So on the notebook, it's written what is surpassing Google, and it says there is a growing rarity in the great men industry. We fix this rarity, we surpass Google. It also says removing all barriers to entry from everything good, that everything good may become available to anyone. And finally, abating hand to mouthism and half humanism. And I believe that this is at the basis of surpassing Google or creating truly African based projects. Uh, we have to fix the rarity, the growing rarity in the great men industry. That has to be a tenet of whatever application or uh, project we're building. We also have to attempt to remove all barriers to entry from everything good so that it becomes available to anyone. And we also have to attempt to abate hand to mouthism and half humanism. So the world is posed to make us half humans. I know people may counter that, but I stand on it that many of us are half humans by virtue of today's painted world. So today's world is painted, and a painted world is not a real world. According to me, you can only still manage to find a real world in Africa. And that's why this topic is of importance. So if you look at innovations in every ramification, it has been modeled to make us half humans. And suddenly, as half humans, we are in a race that is favorable for rats and bots. Obliviously, we adopt this mentality and we embrace a rat race. And anyway, all the innovations we have today are modeled as such, programmed to where code is law. And they use that code is law to control humans. To be able to do that, they have to make humans half humans in their interactions, transactions, and use of whatever application. As such, code can become law. The moment we attempt to break away from, in the last video, I called it a Boolean, or binary that gives you only two possibilities. And that's the basis for most systems. Governance is based on vote and unvote. Social media, like and dislike, only two possible actions, and humans are caged within that premise. Now, if we break away from that, we begin to attain full-blown humanhood. And crypto provides us a platform to be able to do so. Suddenly, on the crypto sphere, whenever we use Web3 applications, we can become peer to peer in our interactions, whether it's social or financial. The only thing is that once again, crypto is being permeated by popular models. And suddenly, we're half humans in our interactions with crypto all over again. So there is need for truly African projects, that removes all those barriers, popular when within Western innovations. We need to create innovations that breaks us away from the popular models of existing innovations. You'll understand what I'm saying soon. I'll be sharing my screen. Yes, yes. So, Dinas, I don't know if you have any question at this point, based on what I've said.
I'm absorbing and listening.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so what the path for this discussion we will look at, because one thing to be able to build truly African projects, we need to gain insight into the truest state of the world. See what they've built in terms of innovation, what barriers they have created, what illusionary barriers exist, and then we'll be better positioned to build truly African projects. Now, before, it was harder to find out the truest state of the world by virtue of Web 2 or the conventional internet that we have, because information has been hoarded by the monopolizers of information, such as Google, Facebook. They dominate content, and you can only see what you want to see. They have the ability to censor tangible revelations according to their desires. But when crypto came about, there became a revelation, more revelation of knowledge. So that is one pertinent use for crypto: revelation. Now, this is unknown to the creators. I don't know who the creator is, but whoever started the motion of creating crypto may just
Makamoto, it was his name,
okay.
Makamoto,
Yes, they say so. But we don't
allegedly.
know his identity. He may be an African. We don't know. But if he is not an African, they made a mistake in creating crypto. For them, they may have done created crypto just to have additional comfort, to have a measure of freedom. But they created a tool of revelation without knowing it. As such, today, if you venture into Web3, there is more information revealed. Now, this information is uncensorable, is stored on a blockchain. Everyone can audit it. So you are now empowered with the same information that maybe a Mark Zuckerberg may have had and monopolized for ages. You now have it to yourself and can access it without third party authorization. So let's say there was an application, social media application, and Mark Zuckerberg was using it. I mean, I'm talking of a crypto based social media application, and Mark Zuckerberg was using it, and he published, let's say, a financial transaction that he didn't intend to. He will not be able to delete it. As such, you who is using the same platform can access that information pertaining to Mark Zuckerberg and use that to hold him accountable. Unlike Facebook, if it was on Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg can delete it at will, and you only see what he wants you to see. On the other hand, he has all the information about you and information about billions of people. And you do not, for example, I cannot have information about a Dynast's account on Facebook, and I let alone thousands of people. But if Facebook was a decentralized social media application, I'll have access to Dynast's information, all his financial transactions publicly. Okay, but there's another reason why information is more available in the Web3 space. The other reason is the cryptocurrency incentive. So now, information that one may have hoarded, for example, the code base of their innovation, they may have kept it private. They can now afford to reveal it because they can monetize it using crypto, something that they would not have done before. Because without crypto, they will want to monetize that information recurrently. As such, you find out that the code base for Facebook, for example, may be private, and for large entities, they will not want to reveal it. Their core ingredient, they would not want to reveal it to the public. But suddenly, in the crypto space, uh, much of the information is open sourced and public, because people know that even if they don't make money through the fiat mechanism, they can introduce a cryptocurrency and make money that way. So that's another reason why we suddenly have revelation. And on the basis of that revelation, we have innovation. The types of innovation that you cannot imagine is possible, is suddenly possible in the crypto space. That is why in crypto, you can find hundreds of applications launching per day, Web3 applications. If you are seeking crypto opportunities, you can find hundreds of them in a day. Unlike the conventional internet, where Facebook and Google dominates the space, and there's no other innovation that can compete. So that's what crypto brings about, revelation. And with that revelation comes power. With that revelation comes innovation. And now we have limitless innovations that is empowering of Africans. Africans now have a more level playing field than ever before. And there is nothing you cannot accomplish in terms of innovation by virtue of crypto. And that is why it's now time to build a truly African innovation. Uh, so we are going to get into that. Like I established, we have to look at some innovations already in existence and see what they are doing. Then from there, spot how we can build the African type of innovation. So I'm going to look at one application. It's a social media platform. We'll start there. And then I'll look at other industries as well. But the reason I'm starting with social media is because if I was to build a truly African crypto or NFT project, irrespective of the industry, I will always add a social media element or a content based element. The reason is revelation. There is not much told of Africa by virtue of the content that makes up the likes of Google. There's reason for that. In Africa, much of the information has spiritual depth. Sometimes you cannot capture it within English grammar or stuff like that. So you end up orally passing it, or you are reserved about revealing it. Another reason is the African systems is evolved, unknown to the world, is evolved in many aspects of the human, more so than the West. So in the society of Africa, there is a concept of shame, for example, that may not hold sway in other societies. In Africa, in the Philippines, for example, you may decide to walk into a store with your flip flops and singlets, and nobody looks at you, even window shop. In Africa, generally, it's not like that. There is a shame factor, for example. And considering that Africans, many have adopted the ways of the West and the standards of the West, they become shameful about introducing the world to the dirt routes of Africa, where greatness lies, according to me. So that's why I like Dynast, for example, choosing Nigeria and revealing the things of Nigeria that Africans themselves will not reveal out of shame. Yeah. Yeah. So there's always going to be a content aspect to whatever innovation I'm creating, whether it's in technology or what. I'm always going to put a content element there, not only because of revelation, but because of empowerment, turning Africans into creators using an activity that has become mediocre today, but is readily available to everyone, which is content creation, content curation, content promotion. It's undervalued, but according to me, words still rule the world. There's nothing that you create today that you will not have to document in terms of words somehow. Even the most complex coding, you have it all boils down to words after all. So taking ownership of content where that is possible, that is the most empowering thing. Another reason that I'll add a content element is reach. For us to be dominant with our innovations, we need reach. That is a luxury that Western innovations have that you may struggle to have as an African innovation. You may build the best of innovations, but it may not garner reach. You may not be able to put that tool in the hands of people. So that is why content is important. It's like it's it's there to also steer autonomous growth, where people write content maybe about themselves or about the innovation, and then it ranks in the search engines, and organically it reaches people who are searching, looking for answers and stuff like that. So there's always going to be a content based element. So now, in terms of content, we have to look at what exists by virtue of content today, what limitations exist, and there are so many. And uh, that's where crypto is a luxury. Now, as an African, let's say you're in Nigeria, for example, let's touch on one of the barriers. Like Dynas, for example, I always talk of his channel. If his channel was about another topic, another niche or something, it would have gone viral. But YouTube, the likes of YouTube, they have systems that deter that possibility. There is something called shadow banning. It's hypocritical and demeaning of a human, but Western innovations don't know that or understand those concepts, where it's even better to block a person than shadow ban them. So you keep on putting out content, and they predict that you are a likely bot from maybe the IP address of Nigeria, a likely spammer and scammer. And based on the frequency of your post, you who simply is having ambition and grinding, you put out content consecutively, and they predict that you are a likely bot, a likely scammer, and then they shadow ban you to where you are no longer relevant in search queries and stuff like that. Now I'm experiencing that, for example, on Twitter currently. And there's no way for me to, I'm just, I put out content, but it basically cannot be seen, in search results or stuff like that. And they won't block you, but they will shadow ban you. So there's a barrier there for a typical African. You want to send, a harmless email carrying your dreams to a random CEO in USA, for example, and you use Gmail, and then you put the word Nigeria, and it triggers spam automatically, and the message enters spam. Another barrier there. Now, this is the basic human activity, always readily available, but it's not available to Africans. In every sphere you want to look at it, you're barred. And many Africans turn to the internet to gain a level playing field and they are told to scrum off for being from an even by an inanimate internet for being from a certain IP location. It crushes dreams and everything, and I understand. Now crypto fixes that, and we will touch on how crypto manages to fix that. You know, now you want to have a domain name, for example, the whole major domain names are monopolized. Now, I don't say that that is bad, but crypto fixes that. So let's say you wanted to get surpassing Google, for example, me, my mission being surpassing Google. According to me, Google is a generic word, but some superpowers have managed to make it their own, and every variant of it their own. Nothing wrong with, I'm not bashing of that. That's why you need the crypto alternative. So you will struggle to, let's say your ambition is to become a name a domain name registrar such as GoDaddy. Now this is still within the content sphere, such as GoDaddy or Namecheap. You cannot accomplish that. That's a very limitless or ambitious feat in conventional internet, but you can become a name registrar on Web3. So anyway, I'm trying to say that to be able to build a truly African innovation, you have to look at what exists in terms of innovation, what barriers exist, and then attempt to remove those barriers when creating your own innovation. So I've touched on some of the barriers. If you are looking at content, one of the barrier is, the censorship, and the another barrier is your IP location. But there are more. Okay, let me think of another example. Wow, it just came to my mind, but it went away. Content. Uh, yes, another one is complexity. Like the way content is presented today, it's complexified so that it becomes a commodity, and humans begin to revere content and content creators such as Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett. So they pamper content or information and make it complex so that it becomes a commodity and humans can become recurrent clients. Now, crypto fixes that. As we mentioned earlier, crypto brings about revelation. So uh, information that was once hoarded is now revealed by virtue of crypto. But there is more to that. The content base of the entire internet today, Google, which is the knowledge by which maybe 99% of the world evolves, which constitutes 90% of 99% people's brain, referring to Google, is based on a content form made up of blogs and vlogs. Now, but blogs and vlogs have barriers to entry. The primary barrier is perfection, a perfection element. So a typical blog is likely to paraphrase or reference a Mark Zuckerberg or a Warren Buffett instead of a Dynast or a Terry. So, and based on that standard, content stays complex. Suddenly, a regular person cannot curate content, let alone consume it or promote it. For example, if you pick someone on the streets in Nigeria and then you give him content about crypto or about programming, they will not be able to, a typical person, will not be able to consume it because it carries a certain complex and perfection element. It's not day to day, it's not layman, it doesn't have the human element, which carries flaws, records hassle, and all that. And generally, the aesthetics of it is that only the geeks can create a blog. The standard of a vlog needs a perfect camera. You see people that they end up not taking advantage of their ability to create video content, which is a basic human activity, because of the standards of a vlog, which has a perfection element, saying that you need a perfect pouty lips or a photogenic face. So that's the standard. So if that is a barrier, how do we remove that barrier? And that is the answer to creating an a truly African based innovation in the content industry. How do we remove the barriers associated with content creation, content uh, promotion, and content curation? So that's why, in my case, I will also use my own projects as case study. I created a form of content called Ulogs, where letter U stands for you, and I consider it it's modeled to elevate the African narratives and incite everyone to become creators at a basic level. That brings us to another important element of creating a truly African innovation: giving relevance to basic human activities more than is popularly uh, known. Now, I will explain what I mean. So, the art of content creation is is today, by today's standards, is no longer relevant to the evolution of the human. It's basically a means to garner clout, for example. That is what it has become. It has lost its original purpose as an avenue to maybe evolve as a human, to tap into your creativity, to brainstorm ideas, to reveal the untolds, to incite others to evolve. It has now become mediocre and basically your means to attract an audience, to get clout, to uh, and just based on that, content becomes a vlog or a blog. Because you're now losing out on yourself to on the basis of clout. So anyway, that brings us to another important element that is missing from every innovation you can think of, because there's a rarity of African-based innovations today, even in crypto. And now another powerful tenet of a truly African application is the art of returning value to humans. Returning value to humans. Every innovation today that I've looked at, and even in crypto, I've gone through hundreds of, maybe, I don't know, maybe hundreds of innovations. They are modeled to remove value from humans in a continuous fashion and distribute it to inanimate things such as money, such as clout, such as knowledge, such as blockchain. Now, what do I mean? It's very simple. And the based on this continuity, humans continue to lose value. Suddenly, a dynast to the public eye is like the next person, with a shared identity and generic. And that brings us to the element of half humanism that we talked about before. Because even in Africa, suddenly you want to buy clothes in a boutique, and first they look outside whether you have a car parked, or look at how you are dressed to gauge who you are as a person. You know, clout has more relevance than humans today. You see a dog biting a person, and you prefer to get clout, quick clout, and then the human, it matters less. A chihuahua has more relevance than human. Even food has become Instagrammable. You may prefer that to to get Instagrammable food and put it on Instagram than to cater to a broader, and that's how innovation works today. It continuously removes, uh, like clout an example on Instagram or Facebook. Suddenly that becomes the rat race, aiming for clout, aiming for virality and all that. And suddenly humans continue to be relegated. Someone will carry the news associated with a celebrity, but if the same event, unforeseen occurrence happens with a who they refer to as a regular person, which is not supposed to be the case in a true African based content platform. There is supposed to be everyone is supposed to be celebrity, but suddenly there is a celebrity standard that people can trample upon to attain. So that is another element of content that we need to fix. Is that Now another element is the reward system. So reward system, if you look at the reward system associated with any innovation today, it's modeled to remove value from humans and elevate the reward or money. And typically, the reward is usually money, solely money. But how do we fix that? By attempting a variety of rewards. Okay, so imagine I have a social media platform such as Facebook, and there's a reward mechanism, let's say a cryptocurrency, where I pay you for creating content. What if I decide that today, instead of paying you for creating content, I I instead invite you to my channel for 1 hour of conversation, and then you project yourself to the world and maybe gain 100 subscribers. That is a kind of reward. uh, what if I decide that, okay, today I'll put a banner on the top of the Facebook homepage celebrating you or propagating your project, and I incorporated a timely factor, selected a day when, it's evident that you need a warm handshake or something, and I decide to put a banner showcasing you on my platform, which is Facebook, that is open to 1 million users. Now, typically, you may not value that. By today's standards, you may not value that. Or let's say I give you this notebook, and this notebook is cheaper than free, for example, but inside it, I put information that is world adjusting. By popular standards, if you don't give somebody money, you are not giving them a reward. It's possible to change that dynamics by creating a platform where the reward mechanism is not just money, but a variety of rewards. So that's one thing I'll factor into my own innovation, if I was to build a truly African innovation. So I think at this stage, people may not understand me enough. I think I should share my screen so that it's a bit clearer. uh, okay, so
Yeah, go ahead, share. Everybody, do me a favor. Hit the like button again. Please hit the like button. Go ahead and share your screen.
okay, so it's now time to see the beauty of crypto and what is accomplishable by virtue of crypto in relation to the things I've said. Um, okay, share screen. Okay, I'm sharing screen now.
Right. Just need to share whatever you want to share. Right now, it's just on us.
I'm already sharing the screen. Okay. Okay, so I will show you. Let's start out with a social media platform. Now, social media is just one industry. There are many industries. So, any industry that you think of that you want to innovate in, you can incorporate these same ideals and it will become truly African. One major thing you'll have to do is, which we are talking about currently, is use lessify money or make money useless, elevate humans. And it's possible to do that in the modeling of your project, which we will look at starting now. So, I started out my crypto journey on a social media platform. That is why I still consider it the best avenue to learning about crypto. Because if you encounter a social media platform built on crypto, there's a likelihood that you will see the beauty of crypto besides its financial value. So most people, this is not how they find crypto. They find crypto based on its financial value, and they are blinded to other beautiful aspects of crypto. Okay, so I'm going to start out by comparing a social media platform on Web3 to a social media platform on Web2. Now, a social media platform on Web2, let's use Twitter, for example. Now, before we go on, let me just say that if you are not venturing into crypto, you should start, because even the conventional social innovations are already venturing into Web3. You can now upload your NFTs on Facebook and Instagram. Google is now running a node on Solana and earning crypto in return. Reddit has incorporated crypto, in some fashion. Twitter is venturing into it as well. So, uh, uh, you're bound to learn about crypto, because soon there will be an advanced version of the internet called Web3 that you will have to encounter, and you cannot interact with it without a cryptocurrency wallet or knowledge about crypto. And you are limited in your information, because Web3 has way more boundless information than Web2, where censorship is relevant. So Web3 and the level of innovation, as such, revelation out of Web3 is unstoppable. Hundreds of innovations you can find in a day. So start your venture into it. Before we go, if you want to venture into crypto, I have a way for you to do it effectively. Uh, we will get into that. So start the motion of contacting me, and it's for good reason. Okay, so let's start here. This is a social media platform called Hive, and we'll compare it to Twitter, just to already show you the difference, the limitlessness you can accomplish out of a Web3 application in comparison to in contrast to a Web2 application. So this is Twitter. Everybody knows Twitter. Yes. So basically, what happens here is people come here to post content. On Twitter, they don't get paid. Only a few users, I believe. Only recently, I think they're attempting some mode of monetization, but it's not prominent. Okay, so let's leave that at that. On Hive, this is also a social media platform, but the difference is, to be able to log into Hive, you need a cryptocurrency wallet. So let's say I logged out here. So let's look at the login aspect of things, just to show you, the beauty of crypto. Now, if I was to log into Twitter, what happens is I'm going to be inserting my email and password and requesting authority from Twitter to log into my account, where I have my content stored. Now, I need the permission of Twitter to be able to do this. If Twitter decides on a particular day that I'm a bot, or they decide to delete my account for no reason, they can at will. I will no longer be able to log into my account. On the other hand, on Hive, the reverse is the case. Hive will request permission from me to be able to access my account. Now, what do I mean? So let's say I attempt to log in and I put in my username, Surpassing Google, and I click login. Okay, so an extension, a wallet is pulled up here. This is a cryptocurrency wallet that is also my gateway or sign up mode into Hive. So do you see what is written at the top? The website hive.blog would like to sign a message using the posting key for surpassing Google. So what is happening here? And this should give you insight into the empowerment crypto gives you. Imagine a world where you always have to ask permission from things, where some entity is a hallmark, they are the gods. Now, suddenly, you are met with a platform that asks permission from you. Just ponder on that and, embrace the limitlessness from that. It's a very simple endeavor, but it's very empowering. So now, if I click on confirm, I'm now, Hive has gotten my permission, and you will see that I now have my account here. Now, if I go to wallet, you will see that in contrast to Twitter, where I don't have any money or whatever, I have an entire bank inside my cryptocurrency, inside my wallet, an entire bank. So let's say here I have 423 Hive. The estimated value in USD terms is $146. Okay, just a moment. Let me log out from here. Now I'm going to log into my wallet. Now, this is happening within a social media platform. Not only am I empowered in terms of the application needing my permission, I'm also empowered in terms of owning the bank. So, if by virtue of the secular world, you always need the permission of a bank, even to access your own funds, suddenly I own the bank. My funds, only me can access my funds, and I can access it at will. I don't need third party authorization. For example, if I wanted to claim these rewards, 7HBD, I click on redeem rewards. The application asks my permission. They cannot redeem these rewards without my permission. Now I give authorization for the transaction, and suddenly I have my rewards claimed. You see the 7HBD here. Now, if I decide that I want to sell it and maybe convert it to another cryptocurrency, okay, so let's say I go to markets here. If I was to trade my cryptocurrency HBD and I wanted to get Hive in return, there are many orders here. These orders are individuals who also have a Hive account. They set their price. They don't need third party authorization to set their price. And I'm buying directly from them. So let's say that I was to sell my HBD, for example. I click on buy and I click OK. Once again, I need to give authorization for the transaction. And suddenly the transaction completes. Now, if I go back to my wallet, you will notice that my HBD is now of zero balance and I now have Hive. Now, this Hive is this particular cryptocurrency here. Let's see the value of it. Okay, we'll just wait for this to load. It's taking some time. Okay, now what is my point? I'm talking of the empowering elements of crypto that you cannot imagine, especially as an African, where there are so many deterrents everywhere. You are now suddenly empowered by virtue of crypto. Imagine what you can do with that power. Okay, but let's wait for this to load. Okay, so now in comparison to Twitter, we talked of Twitter, there is no monetization, for example. You need third party authorization to access your account. What more? You don't have a bank or a wallet. Okay, but let me show you something. Let's see. Just a moment.
No worries. Take your time. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Again, please hit the like button. Now, P Funk 100, did you buy my documentary, sir? P Funk 100, did you buy my documentary, sir? Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me quickly show you something that is empowered by crypto. Something you cannot do on Twitter if you're a regular user, but I can do. If you check your Twitter now, you will not see this. Dynas, if you can check your Twitter. You will not see this function here.
I don't know.
Yes. Now, imagine enhancing
Were,
the state.
were you able to add that when you linked to Hive?
No, this is another blockchain. This is connected to Solana and BNB, but I'm able to enhance the state of Twitter and add a monetization element that Twitter doesn't have by virtue of a cryptocurrency wallet called PEEP. So, for example, if I wanted to donate to this particular user, let's see, this is the wallet in question. Web3 payments made simple. We connect and empower people by bridging Web3 to their lives. So, next, get started. I've connected this before. I don't know why it's okay. So, this is my Solana wallet. Now we're talking of empowerment, like the things that you cannot imagine, anything that you cannot imagine in terms of innovation using the traditional system of things is possible in crypto. Okay, so let's say I want to donate to this user. I can donate from my Solana wallet or my BNB wallet, but this case Solana. And you see that if I choose to donate zero point 0.1 and I click on continue, I can also insert a message and click on send. Again, it will ask my authorization to approve the transaction. And then when the transaction completes, this account across will receive the zero point 0.1 SOL into their wallet. I don't know how much my balance is. Okay, so payment complete. You have sent zero point 0.1 to a cross protocol. Now, I'm sending this money without needing authorization from PayPal, for example, without giving my privacy away to PayPal, for example. For example, on my notebook on Amazon, I've never got any of the funds from it. Now that I finally found a solution by using Payoneer to get the funds from now, because when I send the check to Philippines for the small money I have on there, uh, you take it to a Philippine bank. The whole you cannot cash it out into Philippine pesos without the fees. The whole money will be lost in fees. So I ended up finding a way using Payoneer to get an American bank account and submit that to Amazon. But now Amazon is sending the payment to Payoneer, and suddenly Payoneer is asking for authorization, KYC. Even though I've submitted my bank and IDs, they want a particular ID, which is a driver's license, which I don't have. I have other forms of IDs, and to get a driver's license that will take a long time, and I need the money because I don't have any dime, but I cannot access the money because of all these third party issues. Now, you see a scenario here where you are so empowered that you can send funds directly to this user without KYC or without a third party deterring that possibility. Now, this is empowering of Twitter, but let's look at say Reddit. You can also do this with Brave browser, and suddenly, like, people can get other avenues to monetize it. Brave browser works with YouTube and all that. In case someone wants to tip on YouTube. Uh, okay, I thought I saw the button here. I saw the button here, the same pip button, but maybe this part. Oh, this is my account, so maybe I've not enabled it. Certain accounts have enabled it with their account. That's why I'll be able to tip them. But you'll notice Reddit here. On this subreddit, they're earning a cryptocurrency called Moon. Yeah, see the button. This is the same button here on Reddit. So it's they've incorporated Reddit recently, and now I can connect to Reddit to send money to users out of Reddit. But my point is, Reddit is a Web2 application, but on this subreddit cryptocurrency, they've incorporated crypto. Now, what is the limitation that I have? Assuming I wanted to take advantage of earning out of this subreddit. I've never earned on Reddit before. Now, the limitation is the Web2 element. If I wanted to submit content into this subreddit, the rules are very stringent. Every time I submit content, there is usually a bot that automatically removes my content. For example, see this is just a harmless content without any video, just plain text. I'll be posting about crypto here frequently. This is my very first post on this subreddit, and I have an account that is 1 to 2 years old. Yet I cannot post inside this subreddit, perhaps because they say that I have a karma of 1. Now, how do you build a fully African based content platform when there are too much limitations everywhere to serve in a continent that has already been bashed everywhere with barriers? You cannot accomplish that, building something like this where everywhere there are continuous barriers. So now, for example, I want to post here, and so here it's showing that I don't know what it's showing here. It's showing some money here. I don't know what that is. Anyway, but some people are earning Moon on Reddit, and Moon is here. Okay, so the price of Hive, that was what I was showing earlier. Uh, we saw the value of the Hive. I have 140 something. Okay, so Moon, the Moon cryptocurrency is here. So you see, this is subreddit cryptocurrency, and this is the cryptocurrency involved. Now, again, to reiterate why you should venture into Web3, look at what Reddit is doing on NFT.reddit. So they have their own NFT marketplace, and this is a Web2 application, but it's already venturing into Web3. I don't know why my internet is not loading. Let's quickly get on Instagram. So Instagram is also a Web2 application, but you will notice that they are incorporating Web3 via NFTs. This is evidence that Reddit is doing it. Let's wait for that to load. I don't know what's going on, why it's struggling to load. I don't know why. So we'll just wait for them. Well, we'll just wait for them to load, and we'll come back to them. Okay, it has loaded. Okay, so if you go to not now. Okay, if you go to more settings, you cannot do this on if you cannot do this on mobile. So here you will see you cannot do this on PC, you need mobile. So here you'll see digital collectibles, and this is connected to Solana, so you can sell your Solana based NFTs on Instagram, on Facebook. You'll see this is digital collectibles, and digital collectibles is basically crypto. Because all your NFTs are stored in your cryptocurrency wallet, you cannot interact with this aspect of, you see, here it's showing wallets.instagram.com. Facebook also has a wallet that they are building. It's called Novi. And you'll see days ago, I checked on PC and it wasn't possible. It was only possible on mobile, but you'll notice here they've iterated the application and now it shows wallets.instagram.com. So here it says connect a digital wallet. A digital wallet is referring to crypto wallets like the one we showed you earlier, like Hive. Now, it says share your collection from multiple blockchains. So it looks like they've advanced away from just Solana and are now featuring multiple blockchains. And what is blockchain? That is crypto. And you will be tagged in digital collectibles you have created or owned. So let's click on get started. You can disconnect your digital wallet at any time. Note, Facebook has its own wallet. It's called Novi. But here, this is my MetaMask wallet. This, what I'm going to now suddenly Instagram is needing my permission. Isn't that empowering? This is my cryptocurrency wallet. And this time, the reverse is the case. Instagram will be taking permission from me. So let's see. There's already a notice here. Okay, so this is the top. Suddenly, Instagram is taking permission from me. Wallets.instagram.com. It wants to connect to one of my wallets. I click on next, and you will see Instagram wants to see my addresses, account balance, activity, and suggest transactions to approve. I click on connect. My internet is having issues. I did approve it, but here it's saying unapproved. Unapproved. Okay, let me sign again. Okay, so we'll wait for that to load, and suddenly my wallet is on Instagram. Now, digital wallet connected. My wallet is on Instagram. I can decide to add another wallet. If now you see that it's showing that I have 45 collectibles. So let's close this, and maybe we'll go to the. I've not used this before. I've not used this on a PC. We'll close this, and then I will go to the digital collectible tab again and see what it shows. So again, if you are not venturing into crypto, it's time to do so. Simply contact me via email. I have a system in place right now, and I'm only going to work with 100 people just to be effective. So I'm going to the digital collectibles area again. Okay. It's not, I'll just be waiting while it loads. And let's look at Google quickly. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's my PC that is, it doesn't have memory. Okay.
Okay.
So, yes, you will notice here
Good.
Google becomes a Solana validator. So, Solana is a blockchain, and Google is now running a node that hosts the Solana blockchain. And for doing that, they will be getting rewards in the Sol token. So,
Right, but
uh,
I think Solana, the actual token, because it was going with FTX, is about to dump
yes,
uh
maybe. Yes,
allegedly.
yes, 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 yes. It's that's,
Oh God, I forgot to
but
I forgot to give this disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. And someone's asking, are
yes,
there
yes,
any
yes.
books or articles on how to create your own crypto? If you could tell them how to get your book. In fact, you loggers, put your link to your book in the private chat, and I'll put it in the main chat.
Yes, I'll put it. But for that person that asked a question, I'm attempting to be more effective because I don't have strong health, and I've done, I want to. I recently created an NFT collection of only 100 NFTs, and I believe that that is the best approach to go if you want to navigate crypto fast. My plan is currently it's airdrop seasons. There are so many airdrop opportunities because crypto is bearish and most projects are building. The last airdrop by Aptos was 220 million, and many people got from that and all that. So I'm creating something where we will learn crypto in practice, at the same time be positioned to capture any airdrop, because we'll be interacting with as many projects as come about that are currently in testnet mode. So I created a collection, an NFT collection to that effect with only 100 NFTs because I only want to. I have a Discord group with 5,000 people where I used to be active on. I've not been there for 2 years. I also have a Telegram group, but I've been struggling with health, so I want to be more effective now, and only 100 people. So let me quickly show you. The NFT collection is basically, they are not art, but inscription of my quotes, which are African based quotes and world adjusting quotes. So in those quotes, I have some blockchain related stuff. Okay, so let's look at this simple one. So this is the collection I created, and the utility of it is basically give you access to a gated community that will only have 100 people. In the gated community, what we'll be doing is uncovering crypto together, troubleshooting crypto together, building crypto projects together, uncovering crypto opportunities and airdrops together. And you will also have access to Uloggers TV to propagate your projects. We'll be doing live stream troubleshooting on Uloggers TV. So that's the essence of this NFT. Okay, so this one says, by understanding life and humans, you can learn about crypto instantly. Use crypto to learn about life and humans. So there are only 100 of them. I just started it, and I'll recommend this even in favor of the notebook, because with this, we will move very fast. So there's going to be like a dashboard with activities per day. I'll be doing the tutorial. The tutorials, publish it. The participants follow it very fast. They will learn about crypto in practice and be able to navigate it in a way that will enable them earn crypto for free by virtue of airdrops. So I listed this at $100, but to make it convenient, I based it on the price on Ethereum. So the price of Ethereum has dipped, and the current price is $81 worth of Ethereum. So anyone who is interested can contact me. Or if you know how to purchase NFTs, you can purchase the NFTs already. I have a video explaining it with case studies and testimonials showing the airdrops that I've been able to capture for people and all that. Now, I'll recommend this because an NFT, you own it, you can transfer it or sell it. We don't know what the value of this may turn into. And it's one time, so it's not recurrent payments. And so that's why I recommend this. And again, it's time for action. So recently some people contacted me from Dinah's channel, and we had conversation and all that, even 7 hours worth of conversation. But I noticed that there is no action in the aftermath, based on a discussion. And also the notebook, when you get it, it's just there to mentality adjust, but the follow-up action is not there. So this is the only way I'll recommend, because there will be action. And the moment you get the NFT, there is a likelihood that you'll be invested in undertaking the action. And me, I'm someone of grind. You see how many tabs I have, and I'm already broken, but I don't stop. So I have 1,700 videos of tutorials basically on my YouTube channel, 19,000 posts already, so this is what I recommend. I consider this the most valuable NFT collection in crypto. So let me leave it at that. I will also share my notebook, the link. Let me quickly get the link and paste it and put it in the chat before we continue. Okay, so I'll close this and close this. So we'll just okay. So this is the NFT space of Reddit, and look at the price of this NFT: 105 Ethereum, 175 Ethereum. If you want to get this
Jesus,
NFT,
are
yeah,
people buying this? Are people buying this?
people will buy it. People will buy it.
Oh, you.
Crypto,
Oh God.
crypto has money. It's not like it's not like the the money system of things. Like in the mindset of whoever is buying this is nothing, because someone may have got this Ethereum uh when it was $1. So if someone got this Ethereum at $1, even though the mindset is in terms of Ethereum, so it's just like I'm spending $175. So the mindset of these people is different, is And when you venture into crypto, you will adopt that mindset. Like me, I don't have any money, Dynas, but I've seen $500,000 in crypto, and I didn't sell it. And that was when I just started out in crypto without investing. So uh you adopt a limitless mindset. Like me, uh my mindset was that of surpassing Google. I saw the limitless possibilities now, and I said, okay, let me understudy everything, use the blockchain to understand the true state of the world, and build projects that will surpass Google. I know that even though my aim is to adjust the world, I will also make billions if I really build a solid project. And I know that, so that was my mindset. So if I created Ulogs to compete with blogs and vlogs, I'm going to the Google level, surpassing Google level. Surpassing Google is going to be a search engine that will host a new form of content called Ulogs. I mean, so if Google has done it, Facebook has done it, I don't think it's difficult to do, and very easy to do in reality. So, and yes, so yes, what was I trying to say? Yes, okay, so let's go back. Let me quickly share my notebook, then we'll continue. Where is my notebook? Okay, just a moment. Okay, I'll just wait for it to load so I can copy the link. Then, okay, but let's continue in the interim. Okay, so this is a Hive again, once again. Inside of Hive, I have an entire bank. Now, why do I call this a bank? Because, uh, look, let me show you. You can generate reports of all your transactions. You can filter by incoming, outgoing, and everything. You can search transactions associated with 100, let's say 100,000 users are on Hive. Any user, you can find their transaction, whether it's social or financial, in public. How empowering is that? Imagine if I had information about Dynast and 10 other people from Facebook. I may be able to create uh, uh, a, a targeted innovation that makes me thousands of dollars. Let's say I target Dynast and 100 other people, let's say from the diaspora, that have a certain uh, behavioral pattern, for example. So this is what the luxury you have when it comes to uh, this decentralized social media platform. Now, speaking of a bank, the APR on on saving HBD is 20% APR. Now, this is not APY, but even if this was APY, APR is way higher than APY. But even if this was APY, there's no bank that can give you a 20% APY, for example. And I can do this inside my wallet, no KYC, no third party authorization needed to do this. So now, if I want to audit all the transactions here, I can audit it, and it's always available. So that tells me that I have a bank. Now, if everybody is pursuing money, consider the limitlessness that comes from suddenly owning an entire bank. So this was my mindset when I started out on Hive. I noticed that suddenly I owned the bank. So I started to see the beauty of crypto, as opposed to, crypto just being a financial asset. Now, on the content side, I noticed that uh, if somebody wanted to shadow ban my content, so this is my content. I have 19,893 posts, 16,000 followers. If somebody wanted to censor my content, now the reason I mentioned 16,000 followers, why did I mention 16,000 followers? Because based on my style of content, I'm not so vlog centric. I'm not so I don't create content that is of the popular standards of a blog. On the likes of YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, I'll struggle to get followership. But on this platform, I was able to get 16,000 followers. Why? Because some of the barriers that exist on traditional social media platforms, such as shadow banning, such as popularity being a factor for relevance, such as IP location being a factor for determining relevance of content, you don't have it on Hive, considering that Hive is a Web3 application. So, how does content rank on the top page of Hive? So, let's go to the trending page of Hive. And let's quickly discuss how content rises to the top page. You see on the top page, this publication is earning $260 by getting to the top page. This one is earning $115. This one is earning $104. Now, let's compare. Let's compare. Now, on Twitter, let me show you. Let's show you my last thread on Twitter, and let's see what level of engagement it had. Let's see. Any one of them, any one of them, no traction at all. Now, why is this the case? One factor is I'm not popular. One factor is I'm not popular. And that is a factor when it comes to whether people will like my content or not. And that also factors into whether Twitter will rank my content or not. Another factor is I don't have the check button, for example. From an aesthetic standpoint, that is a factor. That may also be a factor in terms of algorithm, because now to get a check mark on Twitter, it's paid for. You can pay $8 to get it since Elon Musk took over. It's very possible that they now, based on that, to incentivize people to avail of the check mark to shadow ban content or give users with the check mark more traction than people that don't have it. On the conclusion that people that don't have it are likelier to be bots, which is not perhaps a factual conclusion, but that's a factor. Now, in Hive, now if I created content on Hive, how does my content climb the rankings? So, for example, this content now, if we check how many users this content has, it has only 1,378 followers. In comparison to me, I have 16,000 followers, but this content is able to rise in the ranks over me and over someone that may have 100,000 followers. That is different from the situation on Twitter. And there's a reason for this. And the reason is crypto. Now, how is this implemented? Now, this should already give you insight into how to create your own project uh, that is truly African, your own crypto project. Okay, so here you will see that there are 702 votes. Now, each of this alpha has distributed $48 to this user. Appreciator has contributed $45, Block Trades $42, They Call Me Dan $92, and so on. So every person that votes, for example, you attempt to vote here, you see that to vote, it needs my wallet confirmation to be able to accomplish a vote. So let me cancel this. Now, every user that voted here, they give a measure of tokens to this user, cryptocurrency tokens. The cryptocurrency token is called Hive. But not only that, they also, every vote rises this content in the rankings. But each vote is stake based, meaning that based on the weight of your stake is the power of your vote. Now, your vote doesn't only transfer funds to this user, but raises this improves the ranking of this content. Now, the question is, why will people want to vote on content if they are giving you money? Is there any incentive for them to vote on your content? And the answer is yes, because in the model of Hive, curators also get paid. So a cut of this reward is distributed among curators based on the order of their vote. So the person that saw this content earlier than the other 702 people has a better weighting in terms of the rewards that they earn versus the others. As such, there is an incentive to locate valuable content that you believe has the potential for virality early on, irrespective of the status of the user. So typically, if somebody wants to vote on Twitter, they will look at the followership of the user. Does this person have a check mark? Is this person Elon Musk? And on that basis, vote. On the other hand, here, they will not bother to look at the user and his status. They will vote based on the value of the content and the prediction that this content will be loved by others. So, this brings us to something called revelation that I mentioned before. And what is the revelation here? The power of content curation, an aspect of content that is not given prominence in today's content industry on Web 2. So much of the relevance is given to the celebrities or the content creators. Almost no relevance is given to the humans who interacted with that content. Now, if you cannot curate content, you are unlikely to promote it. You are even unlikely to consume it. So, this not only changes the paradigm, but also brings about revelation, and it reveals that there is value in content curation, and that content curation is a very important aspect of the content evolution. Now, one reason that we don't have tangible enough content for our evolution based out of Google is curation is missing, particularly decentralized curation, where almost everyone has a say. Now, if I wanted to create an African-based innovation, I will tweak this a bit. So I may not use a proof of stake model. I will use another type of model. Now, this model here is not proof of stake. It's actually delegated proof of stake. So Hive, they introduce another element to proof of stake where you can delegate the influence of your power to another person. And that happened to me. Remember that I said I earned $500,000 dollars worth of cryptocurrency when I just started. What happened? I didn't pay attention to an audience when I started out on Steam, the original platform where Hive came from. I understood the value for a basic human activity such as content creation as an avenue to evolve my human. So I was using my content as a means to evolve. I wasn't targeting an audience. So my content was disorganized. I would save my drafts on the blockchain, excited that it cannot be censored. I'll encode my content and stuff like that. People, however, used to go to my content and they would see value there. So I had a Discord channel and they will end up going to my Discord channel. And many of them will contact me saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" Stuff like that. So that's how I started. Now, somebody on the platform saw value in what I was doing. And what did he do? He bought the cryptocurrency, he staked it, and delegated to me 500,000 worth of the cryptocurrency. So you see this in bracket. This is a delegation. I no longer have the delegation, but I had the delegation for 1 year. 1 year. So if you look here, you'll see that certain users, this is 3 years ago. Oh no, I'm the one delegating to certain users. Okay. So I had a delegation of 500,000 worth of Hive so that my vote, when I vote on someone's content, it would earn as much as $200 per content. Now, I became almost a bot. People think that I was a bot because in a week I was voting on some 2,000 people. People will take my account on the Steam blockchain and they will do statistics, trying to analyze how I can accomplish those numbers. But in my case, I was an African. I was grinding on behalf of African brothers, attempting to reach them. But I learned a lot about reward distribution, that you can only be African if you uselessify money and elevate other aspects of rewards than just distributing money. So I started to factor in other elements into my voting decisions, such as timeliness, such as spirituality. So I may see a content, for example, and the standard of the content may not be perfect according to what the public will like, but I may vote on it because I see an element of ambition, or maybe I see the African grind, and on that basis, vote on it. Or I may vote on it because my spirit tells me that the person is in duress and maybe I should vote at that time, irrespective of the productivity of the content itself. I may vote on it to be timely about reaching the person behind the content. I may decide not to vote on it, but understudy the person understudy the person, and then reach the person and share an opportunity with the person without distributing money. Suddenly, I'm breaking the jurisdiction of a Boolean that is typical of today's innovations based on a vote and unvote, which you can see here. Even though this is a crypto based innovation, it still exists. So, how do I break it and leave the jurisdiction of being a half human in my interaction? And that was what I was doing.
Hey,
Try
Terry, we have to close out soon, in
okay,
10 minutes,
okay,
but we can always
okay.
do part two,
Yes,
like maybe on Sunday.
yes, we can do part two because this is deeper than this. Like this is just one example. My intention is to also show you my own projects and how I model it out. So in terms of reward distribution, we're also going to reward past deeds. So I have case studies. So maybe when we do part two, we'll look into that. But let me, before we go, I just want to conclude here and show you one very powerful thing that suddenly became possible because of crypto. Now, here, the people voting here, they are not tipping. No, let me show you something quickly. Okay, so let's go to this account and we'll look at the wallet of this account. So you see, Dynas, you see that this account, the last post of this account was 2 years ago. But the question is this account still earning? And note that this account has 10 million Hive, meaning that this account has bought $3 million worth of this cryptocurrency and they are not spending it because of the utility of that cryptocurrency in terms of voting and distributing rewards. So you see, this account has 10 million Hive, and this is delegated. The account itself has 200,000 Hive. The cost of this is divided by 3. 10 million Hive is around $3 million. So this account has $3 million worth of delegation while having $80,000 worth of Hive. So the total power of this account is around almost 11 million. Now, this account is not posting content, but is it earning rewards? And the answer is yes. Okay, it's not showing up. I don't know why, but this is where you'll see the rewards associated. Anyway, if you look at the actual blockchain, you will be able to see the rewards. Let's quickly look at the Hive blockchain. We're about to conclude. Okay, so that is loading. Let's quickly look here. So I just want to show you that curators, people that don't post, that just vote on content, they also earn crypto. Okay, so we'll wait for that to load. And I wanted to explain where the money comes from. So the content that we used as an example earlier, all the people here are not actually removing money from their own pockets. So imagine you able being able to pay someone money without actually bringing the $100 from your pocket. Isn't that marvelous and limitless? And basically impossible in traditional innovations, but possible in crypto? The answer is yes, because what is being distributed here is a reward pool. So every day there's a reward pool, and a new set of Hive tokens are minted, fills up that pool, and all the voters here have a say proportional to their stake when it comes to the distribution of the funds inside that pool. So these people are not tipping this user, they are merely distributing newly minted Hive tokens. So that this brings another dynamics to the payment mechanism. So suddenly, when I was on Hive, I was building one project. It's an open source project, and the developers that were contributing code, I was able to pay them without having money myself because I had a delegation, and I'll tell them to create a ulog about their code contribution. I'll vote on the ulog. They'll earn like $200, and I didn't remove any money from my pocket. The heights of limitlessness. And this you cannot pull off uh, using traditional money systems. Now, based on this alone, you can already build an African based innovation that reaches the entire globe and and is just empowering. In another session, I would like us to do a small case study of a certain project. It's called Xen, and this gave me idea for a very powerful African innovation that can adjust the world and gain virality. So the model of Xen is just a cryptocurrency that anybody can mint free cryptocurrency. So you can basically mint your own cryptocurrency. So you see here, I've minted 2 million pieces of Xen, and my claim is in 12 days. I would like to do this as a case study in another video, just to learn from it. So there are many things possible in crypto. Basically, in this cryptocurrency, you become the central bank, and you mint you mint the money without buying it. Now, the shocking thing is whether this cryptocurrency has any value. And let's see. Imagine an inflationary cryptocurrency that the whole world can mint. This cryptocurrency, this was the first cryptocurrency that got so much adoption, like 55 million wallets or so have minted this cryptocurrency within the span of 1 month. The reason is because anybody can mint it. Now, the shocking thing is whether that cryptocurrency has value. And the answer is yes. The reason is because it's a peer-to-peer ecosystem where anybody can determine value without regulation. And let's quickly check the value of Xen. It's 1 month old, and even though it's inflationary, continuously inflationary, the question is, does it have value? And the answer is yes. So I'll just let that page load. For the notebook, let me quickly get the link. Wow. I don't have a good memory on my PC, so everything is struggling. Uh, Apologies. I just want to get the link for the notebook and share it. I apologize. I wasn't able to, attend to the comments. To the chat room. But if you see value in this, kindly contact me. The On my screen is the email address uloggerstv@gmail.com. Yes, at gmail.com. So let me just get the notebook link. Okay, so copy. So I'll just quickly paste this in the chat. And to conclude, let's just see the value of Xen. So it does have a value, even though it's minimal. It has a market cap of 4 million, trading volume of 3 million. And you see how many of the tokens is in circulation, 300 billion, but it still has value. Okay, so uh, if anybody is ready to build, I can always discuss with them. My recommendation, like I mentioned earlier, is to get the NFT. There are only 100 of them. And if you don't know how to get the NFT, you can contact me via email. The email is showing on the screen. It's I will see if I can comment it underneath the video as well. And the notebook, I've already shared the link with Dynast. Uh, I Let me see if I can share it in the chat. So anyway, thank you for everyone that may have listened to me.
Yeah, I saved it. I put it in the chat.
Okay. So uh, I'm hoping that there will be a part two of this. It's very
Yeah,
possible to
there'll be
build.
a part two, but I have to log out, Terry.
Yes. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. And okay, Dynast.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Uh, do you still have 5 minutes?
I don't, Terry. I have to go. I
Okay,
have to go
okay,
pick up my
okay,
son from school. Like I said, we can do a
okay,
part two.
okay. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm grateful. Do well to contact me. Uloggers at gmail.com is the email. And yes, that's about it for now. And join part two. There will be part two.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna do part two soon. Until next time, Dynasty Search for Huru. Peace.
Thank you, Dynast.